Hi everyone, on the show this week, my reading for the month of January 2021. Hello and welcome back to Robert Farrah's Tea and Tara. I want to be gentle on myself this week. I'm a bit tired. I was in London. I'm still recovering from the COVID, which I didn't have very badly, but it does really drain your energy and it reduces the amount of energy you have in the following months. I guess it takes a while to get up to full speed. Plus, my video editing program is a bit kind of poorly at the moment. So I've decided I'm just going to do something very simple this week. I'm going to say hello, and then I'm going to turn the camera down and just do my reading, and it'll just be like hands and cards and no funny faces, just that. But anyway, it was nice to be in London. The weather wasn't very nice. I sometimes think that London's a great place to buy tea. Clearly, I'm always going on about that. But I often wonder whether whether it quite makes up for the difficulties that one faces in London and in England generally. You've got the whole country sort of in a great state of emergency over the third wave of COVID, and you've got Brexit coming up and long queues of lorries on the motorways, and you've got questionable people in government and all this sort of thing. And it's all very difficult. And then you get back home to Berlin and you think, well, at least I've got 25 tea bags in my suitcase. I went to Watkins Books. And as so often happens, I just walked in and I walked up to the bit where they have their old sample decks, which they sometimes sell, if they're really ragged. And I found a deck that I was interested in a little bit, and got it sort of half price or something, and took it back to my mum's flat and did a rather waspish review of it, which I shall be releasing later in the year. This year, ladies and gentlemen, or rather 2021, I'm going to be putting out videos once a week, at least for the first 6 months of the year, and to see if I can stand it. I've pre-recorded some deck reviews and I've got some nice things coming up. Chats with other friends who do tarot, taking requests from people via my Facebook page, and the regular monthly reading. So yes, there'll be something for everyone, and I'll do my best to cut it smoothly, even though technically speaking it's a bit of a nightmare. So let's turn the camera gently down onto the table and pull some cards for January 2021, and we'll see what energies are in store. A little bit of cutting. I'm using the Golden Art Nouveau today because I have a feeling I need a little bit of gold in my life. Okay, so here we have the very lovely Golden Art Nouveau, which I always find rather riotous, maybe even a bit too riotous, but sometimes we need a little bit of gold. Main card of the month, we have Queen of Cups here. The Queen of Cups is fairly relaxed, fairly intuitive, someone for whom the emotional life is important. We've actually got two queens on the table, and we've moved from batons to cups as we go into the new year. So there's a relaxing of our drives and ambitions, and a giving in to the primacy of the emotional life as we go into January. It seems clear that the opportunities of the month is that we're going into a time of great transition, and let's find out a little bit more about that transition. Okay. I'm getting a letting go of restrictions, a kind of feeling of a freeing up of our lives, a letting go of some of the old restrictions from the previous year. But at the same time, it's a wintry feeling. I'm getting a reversed Empress here. It's not yet the time for growth. It feels like between these two cards, reversed Eight of Swords and reverse Empress, feels like a kind of suspended animation. The ice cracks and the absolute restrictions of the previous month, the previous year begin to crack, but there is not yet a real growth and a real abundance. So the opportunities here for the month, always very powerful 13 here, the Death card. The Death card is quite a scary image, and that's because change sometimes is rather unnerving. So the feeling I'm getting for this opportunities section of the reading is rather wintry. We're just over the death of the year. I'm recording this on the 22nd of December, the day after the solstice. And the year, the sun is really at its death point, and it's just passing that point and looking forward to the rebirth. So here we have the slight feeling of the cracks in the ice, and there we have the proviso that summer and abundance is quite a long way away. Nevertheless, the opportunities of the month lie in letting go of that which has died the year before. The roadblocks of the month is very clear. It seems that we're being again warned off this combative, argumentative, aggressive, warlike atmosphere that the world seems to have been in, that we all seem to have been in for the past at least year, if not longer. Now, if we're reading this in terms of our individual lives rather than in terms of the whole world, that's also a suggestion to take a deep breath and to distance oneself from the conflict, from the conflictual atmosphere that's been sort of hanging over everyone for the past heaven knows how long. I'd like to draw some more cards as general cards. It looked like we're moving from one queen to the next. So our general card here, Queen of Cups. There are a lot of characters in this month's reading. We also have the Page of Cups, the inspirational card, and between them we have the Page of Batons. So it really, if we're leaving the family of batons behind and we're moving into the family of cups, it really, once again, it seems to suggest that one is being warned off batons in January 2021. One is being warned off batons there. One is leaving the Queen behind. And these two, the Queen and the Page of Cups, are kind of enclosing this reversed Page of Batons. And so much though we love them, that family, that energy is not supporting us in January. We need to stay with our emotions. We need to look for inspiration. We need to cool down our ambitions and desires and accept the fact that it's not actually yet a time for growth. It's not yet a time for abundance. It's just a time for observing the cracks in the surface, observing our escape routes as they gradually open up, as the restrictions are gradually lifted or we see ways out. And this very powerful 13, this very powerful death card in the opportunities corner of this reading suggests that if we can cool it and avoid the fiery nature of assertion and stay with the watery element of dreams and inspiration and nurture, then we will see the way ahead. So that's it for me for this week. Don't forget to like me, follow me, share me, recommend me, do all those things I need to feel real in this world. I am going to be posting videos once a week this year, except when I forget. Sorry, I forgot 2 weeks ago. I was in London, I was traumatised. You can follow me on either YouTube or Facebook or both. On Facebook, I sometimes solicit requests. So you can send in your questions and I can answer them on my YouTube videos. I sometimes do live readings on Facebook as well. So if I'm planning ahead, I will try to announce them a day in advance, but you never know. They can be a bit spontaneous. Keep an eye out, and if you catch me doing my live, then you can chat in real time and ask me to do a spread on anything that might be bothering you. Okay, Happy New Year. Bye.